Wrestling.
Oh yeah, welcome to Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. Be sure to follow us at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or listening, especially right here on YouTube. Last week, I held it down all by myself and got us all caught up on AEW Live at FedEx Forum, caught up with Jeff Jarrett, and then also we had a cameo from Prince Nana. Yeah, and this week we've got the band back together, and there's no telling what might come up in conversation. So let's get right to it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's battle time! Introducing first, he's my co-host. He is one man in the trio. He's an A-lister, allegedly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. E-Rock Eric McMahon. What's up, E?
Allegedly? You're going to sit here. You're going to sit here and besmirch the great name of E-Rock Eric McMahon with an allegedly. Well, allegedly, you're ugly. How about that?
Be sure to follow E-Rock on Twitter if you want to. It's at
@E_MacLife.
MacLife.
Hey, I'm in the like. Hold on, dude. I'm gonna impress you. I'm impress you and Devin both, right? Because remember when I first got on Twitter, I couldn't get any followers. Now I'm up to 167.
Ooh, 167.
That's good, right?
Followers.
Oh,
yeah, it's not bad.
No, it's terrible.
Introducing the third man in the trio who definitely has more followers than Eric McMahon. Also, I think he has more followers than me as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker.
Hey, I love how you said, I think he does, bro. Dustin,
No question.
We got to flex right now. I'm sorry. I just got to flex real quick. Dustin said, I think. I have 20K. Dustin has 5K. Just to let you know.
Well, I also have this company that has my back too, and they probably got a lot more.
No, hold on. He's got.
Oh, no. Okay,
he's got 5.1K. He's got 5.1K.
Follow Devin on the X.
Hold on, wait.
Devin_Walker 2. What's up, man?
Oh, okay, well, hey, you know that company behind you?
Yes.
You could put those two followers together. Y'all still don't have enough followers, more followers than me.
Where are you today?
20.3.
All right. Hey, look, 5K plus 4K is 9K. I'm Utah.
Well, you know what? If you add my 167 into Dustin's, we're getting closer.
Still not enough. But no, we're in Utah today, bro. We're back. Me and E-Rock are back because this podcast has to get views. So me and E-Rock are back to
yeah, okay.
Pump it up a little bit.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah,
oh, okay. Yeah.
What? Okay. So anyway, coming up today, WWE Crown Jewel. Speaking of, let me talk to you. WWE Crown Jewel is coming up this Saturday afternoon. So we got to discuss the chances of LA Knight leaving Saudi Arabia as the WWE Undisputed Heavyweight Champion. Also, Super Grizz chokeslams Michael Myers on the court. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And also the best wrestling that we watched all week. You guys weren't here last week, so we got to catch up on some AEW Live if there's any stories that I left out from last week. So let's go ahead and get started. E-Rock, looks like you're jonesing to say something.
Well, first off, Grizz coming out with the Acclaimed was super, super cool.
Yes.
Did you, obviously you went over that last week, but I want to know, did we go over and I don't think that this is going to be a bury of AEW because I think people work great in chaos, right? And so I think there's certain different ways of operating styles, right? You have WWE who's like way overproduced and they have their stuff written well in advance and everything. And then there's other people that work of like, hey, we're going to go like, as this is going, we're going to change, we're going to flip flop, we're going to manipulate. Did you talk about all that last week?
It was a little chaotic. I talked about the crowd. I talked a couple of stories. I left them with.
Well, I mean, I want to get into like when we were backstage.
I did tell my Tony Khan story in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure I told you guys.
But I mean, how many changes were there backstage just while we were there?
Tons of changes. So let's do this. Let's talk about the best wrestling that we watched all week, and then let's watch Super Grizz chokeslam somebody on the court. And then we'll talk about AEW and LA Knight's chances of leaving as champion. So best wrestling you watched all week first. E-Rock, you're up.
You already know what it is. It's Super Grizz chokeslamming Michael Meyer on court, dude. Straight up. Here's the deal.
Guy.
I saw this. No, but here's the listen. Shout out to Paul.
No.
What's his name again?
Try again.
Michael Meyer.
again.
He forgot the
Michael
kid's name.
Ross. His name is Ross. Ross Pauly.
Ross Paul. Okay, there we go. I knew there was a Paul somewhere in there.
That's so messed up.
Man, this kid took that bump like a freaking champ, first of all. And Super Grizz got him up way higher than ever anticipated, right? I come into the office on what? Monday. Was that Monday?
Sunday or probably Monday. Yeah, Monday. The game was Monday. Yes.
I get multiple calls on Tuesday. Is that kid all right? Because Super Grizz, I was in the back when we were walking over the bump. And it was explained to Super Grizz that, hey, we don't want you to bring him down to the canvas. Let him take his own bump, right? So Super Grizz got him up, and you just kind of push on the small of his back to invert him a little bit so he can take that flat bump. But if you're not turning over and bringing him down, now there's a little bit more over rotation going on because he was super high. And so it literally came down on like his shoulder, one side of his shoulder. It was a hell of a bump that he took, and shout out, man. So if you're listening to this, shout out, dude. You took it like a freaking champ.
We're going to take a look at that video here in just a minute because I have exclusive footage from the Memphis Grizzlies, and we will air it right here. Just like last week, we had exclusive photos from Devin Walker at AEW Collision. All right, so Eric's best wrestling is Super Grizz. Devin, what's the best wrestling that you watched all week?
I would say probably the best wrestling I saw all week is probably not even watching wrestling as like a wrestling show. And I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about the AEW thing because there is some things. Yeah. There's some things I know about AEW that is so much different from a WWE show. But that's not my best wrestling of the week. My best wrestling of the week is TNA Impact going back to TNA. For me, bro, TNA Wrestling was like a curveball, right? Mm-hmm. It was different from what I was used to. I was probably 16, 17, 18 when I really got into TNA. And I was like, oh my God, dude, there's a 6-sided ring. Oh shit. Is that Jeff Hardy? Oh shit. And now we look at like Impact has made some of the biggest stars in wrestling, whether it's AJ Styles, whether it's the Samoa Joes, whether it's the Gail Kims of the world, whether it's the Christian Cages, who was in WWE, but he became a bigger star in TNA. There's so many names, bro.
To me, it was Kurt Angle. When Kurt made the jump and he had the mouthpiece that said Impact and he debuted, to me, that was huge. That was like, okay, TNA is legit.
Exactly. You had Angle, you had Jay Lethal, you had Jeff Jarrett. Like there's so many people that walk through those doors.
AJ Styles.
Exactly. There's so many names that walk through that door that they were different, man. They were different at a time where the wrestling world needed something different. It didn't really catch on globally as I thought it would. Because the 6-sided ring, apparently it was the hardest thing to work with. I watched some podcasts.
Well, when Hogan came in, he squashed that.
Hogan screwed up everything. He came in, him and Dixie Carter came in, they ruined everything. So
believe it or not, we're gonna talk about Hulk Hogan before this program is over. But I'm glad you brought this up, Devin, because my question was, when I'm making changes, like recently, we are championshipwrestlingmemphis.com and we flipped over to memphiswrestling.tv. You index differently. Now, these guys, Impact, have changed their name, they're changing their logo, they're changing everything back to what it used to be. What kind of ramifications are there for changing something like that? And I mean, like on the inside, like analytics and Google and the spider search engines and all that kind of stuff. Is that going to hurt them?
I don't think it will. I think it might help them because there's so many like weird wrestling fans that remember the TNA days.
But Dustin, and I'm glad you brought that up. And Devin could probably speak to this a little bit better. But from a business perspective, I've done that, right? My DBA name is different than my whatever name. I've had to merge LLCs. I've had to do all this, that, and the other. And then when you're talking about a wrestling company specific in SEO, search engine optimization, all this type of stuff, it's all by tags and keywords and all this stuff, right? So probably going back to TNA is through tags and keywords and search engine optimization type stuff, you're still getting all that impact and TNA is probably funneling to the same place where if you were just going Impact, TNA wasn't funneling to Impact to some degree.
But
would I have that right,
years,
Devin?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But what I'm saying is for the last 5-10 years, however long it's been, Impact Wrestling, that's what they've been marketing and promoting. So that is out there a lot. And I know there's some TNA stuff out there too. And I know, it's not the end of the world, but that will index better. I just think changing the name is going to hurt the momentum that they might have. But then also, like, how popular was TNA compared to Impact? Was it
their
popular?
Google Analytics are saying, by making this change, I can say it very confidently, that their Google Analytics and their SEO is that they're probably still trending more TNA searches. That's why. There's only one logical explanation for it, and that's it.
Yeah, you don't make the change without knowing that you can benefit off it in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. There has to be some research done. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I love it though, man. Because like I said, there's so many things about TNA that I love, like Abyss. It's like there's so many things, bro. So I'm glad they're going back to the name. I mean, it might not make me want to watch it again. I'm being real, because I mean the thing that made it a drawback when I was younger was the 6-sided ring, bro. Just seeing something different, right?
I don't know that they're going back to the 6-sided ring, though, are they?
No, they're not. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't really like. Yeah, you changed the name. I'm glad. That makes me happy. But like, if you're gonna bring back Impact, I mean TNA, bring everything back. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's spin the block on the 6-sided ring. Where's Abyss? Bring back Abyss.
Yeah, but also we got to look at it this perspective. Even like, why are you going to watch it or why are you not going to watch it? Why people watched it back then? And just be honest, right? You had the AJ Styles, you had the guys that were going to come up and become marquee superstars, right? But you also had the guys that were the golden era of wrestling in our lifetime, at least the Attitude Era, that when they were washing out of there, they were going into TNA. So that it was kind of lightning in a bottle. If you're going to try and recreate that, like, listen, WWE outside of like Cody and Roman and a couple other people, they're not making these monumental stars that are then going to cross over into TNA like it did happen before. I mean, am I crazy for thinking that? Because that's what TNA got popular for.
You just had Edge and Christian jump over to AEW. So yeah, if a superstar isn't getting exactly what they want,
but that's not drawing the numbers. Their numbers are not
where they would go to TNA. So TNA, very, very strong roster. AEW, very strong roster. WWE, very, very strong roster. I think all three of them are killing it right now. So Eric's best wrestling was Super Grizz. Devin's was the name change to TNA. I have to admit, I was going to put Super Grizz on the list of the best wrestling that I watched all week because I didn't think either one of you guys.
Do it then. Just go with it, Dustin.
So I'm going to put it on there, but I got to give you I've got to give you an A and a B. So A is Super Grizz. B, I'm going to stay with being a homer because it was a big press release went out. I sent it to you guys.
Yeah. Hey, before you say anything, shout out. Congratulations. That's freaking awesome.
Congrats.
Memphis Wrestling is going to be shown nationwide now. And I'm not going to read the whole press release, but I'll tell you that we added 27 new television stations, including New York, Nashville, Los Angeles, Vegas. I mean, Memphis Wrestling is places that I never thought would be. And then also we announced 28. Looks like 27 new streaming services as well. And then we plan to add more before the year is up, before 2024 hits. So that's going to be the best wrestling that I watched all week, even though it wasn't something that you actually watched. Very, very proud of that, and looking forward to seeing how Memphis Wrestling grows. Now, guys, we've been talking about Super Grizz, and I've got footage. This almost never happens. How the heck did I get this? Right? Let's take a look right now. Halloween, Super Grizz taking care of business against Michael Myers. Check it out.
It looks like, well, do we have a winner? Congratulations, Michael Myers. Come on! Make some noise!
All right, welcome back to Grind City Wrestling, guys. I need to book that.
Shut up. First off, what other NBA team allows that stuff at a game? Not even like an outside activation or a special promo somewhere. That happened on the court at a game. Like, you got to give the Memphis Grizzlies credit, whether you liked it or not.
I think some of the fans were like, what the hell? Did he just chokeslam this dude on? There was no padding, no, like, I hate to say like the table actually helps you, but in this situation, I think going through a table would probably soften the fall.
100% it would.
Because he's hitting the court, and if you watch him, it's like the dead body that you put the outline on. He was just crumbled on the court.
Poor guy.
So, Devin, you didn't know this was going to happen. What'd you think when you saw that?
I had no clue. I was like, what the hell's going on? And because I saw him sit down, and then I was sitting next to our boss, and he was like, just wait. And I said, what? And then the fourth quarter started, and he was like, just watch. And I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Awesome.
So then Super Grizz walks out, and then he does and I was like, wait, did he just chokeslam him? Like what just happened?
I think the people were kind of shocked. I think they were like,
here's a lesson. Here's
confused and shocked at the same damn time.
Yeah, like what the hell?
My boss, because I was creative on this, right? And then I looped in Dustin. But so my boss, she was like, hey, let's do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, and so I came up with a creation. That happened. I sat down with her the next day. I actually sat down with her yesterday, and she's like, well, I got a lot of compliments on it, but it didn't get the reaction that I thought it was going to get. And I go, yes, because this is what I talk about in building a story. Right? Because if people are expecting something and they're wanting something, you get the big ovation. But if you come so hot, so hard, so fast, they're just like, what? They don't know how to react.
It's like a shock.
Now it's very cool to them. It's a
basketball game. It's a basketball fan. They're not wrestling. Wrestling fans will be like,
but it's very cool to them when they're driving home. They're like, holy, can you believe that happened? Yeah. But in the moment, they're like, because the first wrestling that this is, now I'm dating myself here. This was probably back 12, 13 years ago. The first wrestling bit that ever happened at a Memphis Grizzlies game was, as stupid as it was an air guitar cam. And then and Grizz was out there with a real guitar, and then all the other fans would come up and they'd play their dumb, like, fake guitar. It was an air guitar cam, kind of like the Kiss cam or like the Flex cam, right? Right. And there was an Oklahoma City Thunder fan, and he kept on jumping in the shot. So Grizz took his real guitar and bashed it over his head, and it got crickets, and it was a massive shot. And what I learned there is that you have to take somebody on a journey to get there. You just can't do it.
If you did that now, dude, I think people would love that shit.
No, I still think it would, with no context prior, I still think it would have got the reaction that Michael Myers got. Because it's just like, holy, people want to be taken on a ride. They want to be engaged, and they want to expect it. That's why the raising of the baby and the Lion King thing is so good at the Grizzlies game, because they're like, I know it's coming. I know it's coming. There it is. Ah!
Yeah, all right. Okay,
so that was the shot.
That was the best wrestling. So now let's talk about this Saturday coming up is WWE Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. There's a huge match, and I would typically say that there's 0% chance that Roman Reigns is going to lose the WWE Undisputed Championship. But there are some rumors. There are some stories. There's rumors circulating that Roman Reigns is going to take a time off after Saturday. He's going to step away from the WWE. Everybody's reporting this. Also, I've read that LA Knight has outshined Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
During the promo, outshining Roman Reigns. So did they pass on this Cody story only to anoint LA Knight in Saudi Arabia at Crown Jewel? I don't think so, but there are a lot of stories out there that could indicate that we could have a new champion.
Bro.
Anyways, if you're going to make a monumental change, like, listen, taking the strap off of Roman, it's not just changing of the title. That is monumental, especially we're at 2.5, 3 years right now. Okay. That does not happen at Crown Jewel. It just doesn't.
So.
Right. And so if you were going to do that, and there's still these rumors out there, and very credible rumors, if you listen to some of the podcasts like Jeff Jarrett's podcast and some of the others, that The Rock is still in play.
Yes.
Right? So you're not going to lose heat or momentum or however you want to say it and give it to the shiny new toy, albeit he's awesome in LA Knight, to then try to rebuild Roman in that story. And then where does Cody come in all of it? There's rumors that it's going to be Cody Rock one night, and the winner of that goes on to, like, there's so many rumors out there that you want to embrace all that and you don't give it to LA Knight in Crown Jewel.
Devin?
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. You don't switch belts at like a paper show like Crown Jewel, bro. That's a show where people just keep the belt and keep it moving. You keep the storyline going. I know you're talking about the Roman thing, but I think my girl's back on the card for the first time in a while, right? Bianca?
Yes, Bianca's back. You got Jade Cargill in the mix. Bianca's back. Becky dropped the NXT Women's Championship, so she's back in the fold, I guess, on the WWE programs.
Okay, wait.
The women's division is loaded right now in WWE. It's unbelievable.
Can we talk about something real quick? And I hate to be an asshole. I guess this is a wrestling thing.
I love when you preface it with "I hate to be an asshole," but
do you remember when they did the Becky Lynch storyline with Trish Stratus and what's her face?
Yes.
And it was a cage match. Trish Stratus goes away, of course, because she's about to go away. And the girl, what's her name? Stark.
Zoe Starks.
She leaves Becky laying in the ring, right? After a chair shot. Storyline just ends. Just ends.
Yeah.
What the hell are we doing?
They didn't get what they wanted out of it. It's
literally just like Becky's.
You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Like there's Becky's laying in the ring after Zoe Stark beat the shit out of her. She's standing over. Camera pans out.
Pivot. It didn't work.
Just throw her in another storyline.
WWE did not like it. Whatever it was, they didn't like it. Maybe they don't like that Zoe Stark is not as experienced. I mean, she's still on the show. I saw her cut a promo on Monday Night Raw, but there was something there that they didn't like, so they totally pivoted and got away from it. But
I was just like, I thought that was really weird that they just went away, like it didn't happen.
Right. Well, there you go. There's a huge women's match. I think it's like a fatal 5-way or something coming up at Crown Jewel, and we could talk all day about that. But let's get back to AEW. Earlier, Devin, and of course, Eric, you guys weren't here last week when we talked about what happened at AEW FedEx Forum. Devin, you said it earlier that there is a difference in live events on WWE and AEW. What is the difference being there live for the two of them?
I think that I want to see if y'all agree as far as people just like you take in so much wrestling. WWE does a show to entertain you, right? They do things to entertain you, whether it's like in between matches, they have a cross chop cam, they have they're throwing out t-shirts, they're showing stuff on the big jumbotron in between matches. They're running promos on it. They do their show to entertain you, right? The boom, 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 to quick entertainment. I think AEW is more of a pure wrestling show, bro. Like the wrestling nerds, the dudes that sit in their mama's basement all day, that is their show because they wrestle, boom, 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 boom. Not many promos, not many like in-ring promos, not many really like opportunities to engage with the fans. It's just boom, 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 boom. We're gonna hit you with match.
Yes, just to elaborate on that, so they'll play signs everywhere, signs WWE, and everybody will hold up their signs during commercial break. And it's a fun thing that's not televised. It's probably run on social media or something, but it's not a part of the television show. It's just for the live audience. Then the lights will dim down because they're not done with commercials, and we'll see a video highlight of The Rock or WrestleMania or something. So you're watching this video going, oh, I've not seen that before. That's pretty cool. And then by the time that happens, the lights come up, pyro, now we're back, and there's a match going on in the ring. Go back to commercial break. Now it's like,
in arena, everything's programmed.
In arena game ops, just like the Grizzlies, when there's a timeout, there's something going on. WWE does that really good. And what you're saying about AEW is they will give you some matches, and then they'll give you 3 hours of live TV, and then they'll give you 12 more matches when it's over with. It is, let's get as much content as we possibly can because we're here at FedEx Forum. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like they went from 6:30. The show started at 6:30, bro. They told me they didn't stop the show. That show didn't end until 11:15.
There was a hard out at 11:30. Hard out.
That's 5 hours of wrestling, dog.
Yeah, it is a long time.
Hey, can we talk about who me and Dustin got to like chum it up with in the back?
We've got like 4 minutes left.
I know, but I got to talk about
favorite story. Yes, give us your favorite story behind the scenes. And why was it Hollyhood Haley J?
You know why you so okay, so me and Dustin are hanging out in our game ops closet, right? And we're just kind of like walking. We were there for a long time. We're sitting there. Hollyhood comes walking by. She pops her head in. We go, Holly, come on in.
Acted like we knew her. We've been watching her so much on Netflix. We're like, Hollyhood, what's up?
I'm like, how's the boyfriend? She's like, oh, that shit's over. I'm like, how's mom doing? Oh, there's still heat there. And like, she's like talking to us like we've known each other for 20 years. And we're just what about down in our game ops closet.
Are you going to get signed by WWE or AEW? Like, I don't know. There was interest, but I'm not sure now. Like, she was so open and cool. Like,
I love her.
Man, like, dude,
I want her to be a star.
Listen, she's over with me. Like, regardless of anything, like, yeah, she's a train wreck to a degree as well. She's over with me.
Yeah. So, hey, did you guys see Sky Blue in real life?
We did, yes.
That's the story.
That's
the check
story.
Out?
Yes, we did meet Sky Blue. That's the story.
Does it check out?
Definitely checks out. Okay. Last note before we go. Ric Flair is all elite, and the rumor is that Tony Khan wants to sign Hulk Hogan next. Devin, I'll leave this to you. He's peacing out. All right, Eric, what do you got real quick?
Oh, man, this Friday night, I am reffing on UFC Fight Pass.
Nobody wants to talk about Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair.
Hey, listen, he'll get clicks in the short term, just like Ric Flair. The longer it goes on, it won't. You know what, man? Real stars are pressed fine.
Is this like TNA? Are they making a big mistake like when TNA brought in Hulk Hogan?
Yes. Bro, every time they roll his old wrinkly ass out in WWE, they boo him, bro.
They do boo him.
They boo his ass. Wrestling fans hate that dude.
We've got 2 minutes left in the show. We have a huge weekend coming up on Memphis Wrestling. But E-Rock, what you got going on?
I will be the third man in the cage this weekend. Cage Fury Fighting Championships live on UFC Fight Pass. Check it out. A lot of great fights, great actions. The UFC stars of tomorrow in the CFFC Cage, best regional promotion there is. The only one streaming on UFC Fight Pass. Check it out. I will be in the cage.
Oh, yeah. Devin, what's going on with you this weekend?
We'll be in Portland, bro. Hopefully we can win an effing game. We fly to Portland today. We play our first in-season tournament game Friday against Portland. Then we play Portland in a regular season game on Sunday. Then we fly back on Monday. So hopefully, God willing, we come back with at least 2 dubs to get the 2-game home games.
Or at least one. Let's get one. Let's start there, Devin.
There you go. Start at 1. You can't get the 2 without 1, right?
Less than a minute left to go in this podcast. We're going to run a video to show you all the cool things that are coming up from Memphis Wrestling. But I wanted to give a big shout out to my boys. We are back. The band is all here. And if you thought AEW Collision was cool, you just wait until you see what we do next. Come on, Devin. Get in here, Devin. Come on, Devin.
Yours, no. I'm not scissoring 2 grown men. That's weird, bro.
I am Dustin Starr. He's Devin Walker, baby. And for E-Rock, Eric McMahon, this was Grind City Wrestling. And here's what's coming up on Memphis Wrestling.
Memphis Wrestling is on fire. Join us live. Saturday, November 18th is our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's. Watch AEW Full Gear with us. It's free to watch at Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Sunday, November 19th, former Impact Wrestling World Champions Josh Alexander and Eric Young are coming to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, December 10th is our annual Grind City Rumble featuring Warhorse. Reserve your seat today. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.